All right, all right. Hello there, YouTubers. How are you today? It's your girl, Earlene Robinson, and I'm coming at you one more time. Tonight, this evening, oh my God, I was looking at some videos, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and drop these videos and share these with you guys. You guys could go back and, check them out. If you like, look them up under White Couples Adopt Black Children, or stuff like that. Y'all remember back here when the two white couple, the white couple, they're lesbians, two women, when they drove the car off into the river, the water, whatever else, and killed those children, them black children? Y'all remember that? Just like month before last or something like that, just a few months ago. I didn't get a chance to do the follow-up on that story, but I'm going to do that too. I'm going to do that after this one. Tonight is the night for that. Okay, so I'm going to be dropping these videos and I'm going to be elaborating on them. I'm going to be talking about them. Now, white people in America, I don't understand why it should be, you guys. I don't know why it should be. Now, I'm not talking about all white people, but I'm talking about the majority of them. Y'all know what I'm saying. The majority of them. I'm going to say at least 75 to 80% of them. I don't think they need to be nowhere near black children. I just don't. If we don't have enough black parents to adopt these children, then I don't know. We got to raise up this stuff in the community. Stuff like that for things like this. I'm big on community. We need to stick together in the community. Those able bodies that have room in their houses or can donate money towards a building, and we all could put in on that and help raise our own children. This is working together in the community. And I speak about it all the time. That's even with the gang members and everything else. We need to start doing for ourselves. Because you see what happens when now they're able to adopt black kids. They don't want them. They don't want them. Shoot, half of us, the mothers don't, and parents, real parents don't. But some of these children from Haiti, they went over there and got during that tsunami in Haiti. And some of those, I heard thousands of those children were taken. Hillary Clinton and them have a lot to do with that. They went over there and took a bunch of black babies, and those babies were never to be heard of again. They claim that they got lost in a tsunami somewhere, but mothers are saying, hey, we gave our babies to, these people came to take our babies. They wasn't drowned in no, but that's the narrative that they come back here and told us that. That's why all the babies are missing. They tried to do the same thing with Hurricane Harvey, too. Come on, give us your baby. They did the same thing with Hurricane Katrina. Give us your baby. Give us the baby. They up there in helicopters, and you standing on the roof holding your baby, and there's water all around you, and they throwing down a basket for the baby. What kind of junk is that? Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? You see where I'm going. Nothing but satanic, demonic devilism. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, I want you guys to check out this video, and I need your feedback on it. Now, this white couple here, white couple adopt two black daughters, then kill them. And she had the audacity to be sitting up there smiling about it. I wonder, and we're going to do a follow-up story on this and see what actually really happened to them. Okay? There's a few stories like that. I want you guys to check them out too. But then I want you to give me your feedback on this one, okay? Tell me what you think about this one. Check this story out, okay? And then I want you to leave your comment, please, in the comment section. Please.
Are parents who beat their child to death in the name of God. They believe the Bible requires them to spank their kids with items like belts and rods in order to train them to be well-behaved, happy kids. These parents appear to have been following the teachings of a Christian parenting book called To Train Up a Child, a book that is growing in popularity around the world. Gary Tuckman tonight has the first of our two-part special report.
The small town of Paradise, California, where these children lived with their parents in a fundamentalist Christian home. For the 9 children, life in paradise was anything but. We cover up 8 of their faces because they are the survivors. Survivors of a violent form of discipline practiced by their parents, Kevin and Elizabeth Schatz. The one face not covered is their 7-year-old adopted daughter, Lydia. She was killed by her parents. Mike Ramsey is the district attorney of Butte County in Northern California.
We've heard of, the phrase death by 1,000 lashes. That's basically what this was.
This is where the family used to live. The children's sandbox is still here. So is their slide and their treehouse. But the surviving children are now in foster homes, and the parents are in prison.
Violated Section 273A, parentheses B of the...
They pleaded guilty to killing Lydia and seriously injuring her 11-year-old sister, Zariah, who almost died. Authorities say Kevin and Elizabeth Schatz beat their children regularly because they believed God wanted them to. The district attorney says the Schatz believed
To spare the rod will spoil the child. And if you can train your horse and you can train your dog, you can train your children.
7-year-old Lydia suffered terribly, supposedly in the name of God. But authorities say this was torture and murder by parents who were supposed to love and cherish their child. Inside this house, they found important evidence. The so-called biblical rods that the Schatz had inside. What they were 15-inch long plumbing supply tubes used to beat the children. And also important, a book was found inside. A book that appeared to light the fuse to the deadly brutality. The book is called To Train Up a Child. Its author is this man on the tractor, Michael Pearl, and his wife Debbie. They consider themselves observant Christians who run an organization called No Greater Joy Ministries from their Tennessee farm.
Well, I'm a preacher, minister of the gospel.
Their book and others they've written stacked in a warehouse on their farm. All of them guided, they say, by the teachings in the Bible.
And it says that if you spare the rod, you hate your child. But if you love him, you chasten him timely.
A rod, according to the Pearl's Manual on Training Children, could be anything from a tree switch to a spatula. In the book, they describe a rod as a magic wand. God would not have commanded parents to use the rod if it were not good for the child. The Pearls say parents should stay in control and not act in extreme. But they also declare any spanking to effectively reinforce instruction must cause pain.
Let's say a 7-year-old slugs his sister. A 7-year-old would get 10 or 15 licks, and it would be a formal thing. In other words, you maintain your patient air. You explain to him that what he's done is violent, and that that's not acceptable in society, and it's not acceptable in our home. Then I would take him somewhere, like into his bedroom, and I would tell him I'm going to give him 15 licks.
With what?
Probably a belt. A kid that big, a boy, I'd probably use a belt. It'd be handy. I might use a wooden spoon or a piece of like plumbing supply line, 1/4 inch in diameter, flexible enough to roll up.
See, what I'm saying here is, why not just use your hand instead of all these materials?
Hey, look here. It's
Right here, let me show you something. Does that hurt?
Doesn't feel good.
But look what it's doing. Look what it's doing to your whole body. See your hip?
You don't use your hand on somebody. That's a karate
But you're
chop.
telling me that when you use this material that it can't cause a permanent pain?
My children never had marks left on them.
But look at the body of Zariah, the daughter who was seriously injured by her parents. These are just some of her wounds. Other wounds and bruises on her body, and on the body of her sister Lydia, who died, are far too graphic for us to show. Lydia was so severely beaten she died of a condition usually associated with earthquakes and bombings. What do you think influenced the Schatzes to beat, terrorize, and torment their children?
The book by Mr. Pearl. There's no doubt about that.
Lydia was beaten for 7 continuous hours, interrupted by short prayer breaks on the day she died. The sound of the police siren was recorded by a Paradise police officer racing to the house. When he arrived, he tried to save Lydia with CPR, with both of the parents present.
She's swallowed a lot of...
Figure out what's going on. She was like really tired and her vision was blurry.
Come on, baby. And listen later in the day to the seriously injured Zariah.
I believe these hands are just on your arms and back.
Oh my God, and all my eyes underneath my feet.
Underneath your feet. I got to take you to the hospital, okay?
I probably need to bring a pop because I might throw up again.
At the sentencing hearing, 11-year-old Zariah, who was still recovering from her serious injuries, had the courage to address her parents in open court about her deceased sister. She said, "Why did you adopt her? To kill her?" It's a heartbreaking story. Kevin pleaded guilty to murder and torture and will be in jail for at least 22 years, and Elizabeth for at least 12. Do you think if the Schatzes did not read the Pearl's book, there'd be a good chance that Lydia is still alive?
I would think that there would be.
We reviewed the case, and we tried to find out what had happened to see if there was going to be any blame pointed at us. And
All right. Okay. So, you guys see what I'm talking about, right? How you, they're going to adopt the children, and it's just like there's no love there. It's like there's no love at all there. So why did you what did you go and get the kids for? Seriously? Wow. I'm trying to see, what is it? The money, or is it for? Was it for attention? What was it really for? I mean, it's just it's terrible. It's really, really terrible. I got a couple of more of these videos I'm gonna drop you guys. And I want you guys to just be honest with me and leave your comment in the comment section, okay? Please be honest with me. What do you think about families like this? I mean, I know that we need our alternative people, places, and things for our children. That's a great backup. Great backup plan in case mother fails or father fails. But I figured this is where grandma come in at. This is where auntie come in at. Come on, you mean nobody of that family can do nothing for that baby? What about a long time ago when there wasn't no adoption agency? What about back in the country way down in Delta, Mississippi, where there was no such thing? We took care of our own babies then. Wow, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Lack of information, lack of knowledge, all that stuff. But it's a hurting, shameful thought. Other people are taking our babies, and then when they get them, they murdering them. I don't see too much of black people doing that. I really don't. Now, if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been looking, videos like that. I don't see them. Let me hear what you have to say, okay, guys? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Y'all be good now, and keep an eye on those babies. Love you.